Lim Guan Eng, the man said to be standing in the way of Maju Holdings' takeover of Plus Malaysia, explains that it is the highway operator's major shareholders who are against the exercise. The finance minister says his ministry made a preliminary decision to oppose the takeover as the EPF and Khazanah National are not agreeable to the proposal. He will, however, be meeting with Maju's management as the company has come up with a fresh offer. To recap, the initial offer entailed forking out 3.5 billion ringgit and assuming Plus's debts of about 30 billion ringgit. This is the second time Maju, the private vehicle of corporate tycoon Tan Sri Abu Sahid Mohamad, is expressing interest in Malaysia's largest highway operator, the first being about 2 years ago in mid-2017. Plus is currently 51% owned by UEM Group, a unit of state investment arm Khazanah National. The remaining 49% is owned by the EPF. Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Minister Yeo Bee Yin says the government will be calling out for more bids for large-scale solar power projects by the end of next year. However, she did not disclose the specifics of the tender, saying only that there will be some changes in how Putrajaya will tender the projects and that the new process would be more innovative and hopefully drive the cost even lower. Earlier this year, the government had called for bids for 2 billion ringgit worth of projects under the third round of the large-scale solar scheme to increase electricity generation from renewable energy. The capacity being tendered out is between 1 megawatt and 100 megawatts, with a target aggregate capacity of 500 megawatts for Peninsular Malaysia. This third round of the scheme is expected to be commercialised within the next 2 to 3 years. According to Yeo, some 719 companies have participated in the tender, making it a very fierce competition. The submission of proposals will close in mid-August. SRC International apparently could have been the next Petronas, but then Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak did not express any plans for the company when he instructed Kuop to expedite its first loan approval, saying only that the company required urgent financing. The prosecution's witness, former Treasury Secgen Tan Sri Wan Abdul Aziz Wan Abdullah, was testifying in Najib's first graft trial today. He had agreed with Defence Lead Counsel Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, who suggested that had the 1MDB subsidiary's purpose been achieved, it would have been another Petronas, which would have boosted the economy. Muhammad Shafi went on to point out that there have been occasions in the past when the paperwork for the project or vision by the government only came after works for the particular project had started. He cited the Lima exhibition and the North-South Expressway as examples of such projects which ended up being successful. However, during re-examination with Deputy Public Prosecutor Datuk Suhaimi Ibrahim, who referenced the same examples, Wan Abdul Aziz also agreed that unlike SRC, those projects have been completed and their benefit could now be felt by the public. Three Malaysia-listed companies made it to this year's 200 top-performing public companies on Forbes Asia's Best Under a Billion list. They are Pentamaster Corporation, Vitrox Corporation and Elsoft Research. All three are Penang-based tech companies. The Best Under a Billion list honours 200 leading public companies in the Asia-Pacific region, with an annual revenue between $5 million and $1 billion. Pentamaster recorded $105 million in revenue. Vitrox registered 98 million in sales, while Elsoft Research's top line stood at 19 million. According to Forbes Asia, the 200 companies posted more than 50% average growth in annual net profit for a combined $10 billion and sales for a total of $54 billion in their latest respective financial years. Forbes Asia's editor Justin Dobell says the Best Under a Billion list demonstrates the dynamism of Asia's small and medium-sized businesses in creating value across the region. Budget carrier AirAsia is a notable Best Under a Billion alumni, together with e-commerce giant Alibaba, technology behemoth Tencent, and popular fast food chain Jollibee of the Philippines. Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Muhammadin Ketapi says he fully agrees with proposals by some quarters to postpone the implementation of the departure levy until the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign is over. In response to a question by BN Jelebu MP Datuk Jalaluddin Alias, Mohammadin concurred that the departure levy, which is scheduled to come into force in September, would harm foreign tourist arrivals. However, the implementation of the levy is not for his ministry to decide, he said, adding that he would do his part to convince Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng to postpone the rollout of the tax. Last month, the Edge Financial Daily reported that the government is in consultation with key industry players on the rates, which will be segmented to passengers flying to ASEAN countries and those beyond. Citing sources, it said the rates for these two segments will be further tiered into economy, business and first class. For example, the departure levy will be 8 ringgit for economy class passengers and 20 ringgit for business class and first class passengers flying to ASEAN destinations. Passengers flying beyond ASEAN destinations, meanwhile, will pay a departure levy of 50 ringgit for economy class flights and 150 ringgit for business class and first class flights.